When you think of the word cloud, what's the first thing that pops into your mind? For most people, they probably think about the white, fluffy object that's in the sky and relates to weather. However, there's a new type of cloud, and this type of cloud is doing big things in the business world and changing technology as we know it. So, what exactly is cloud computing? Cloud computing allows users to access and store information on the internet instead of on a typical hard drive or desktop computer. The cloud, in simple terms, is basically the internet. Information is easily accessible to its users on the cloud. According to the National Institute of Standards and Technology, um, there are five essential characteristics of cloud computing, and they are on-demand self-service, network broad access, resource pooling, rapid elasticity, and measured service. On-demand self-service is basically just saying that the service is going to be there when you need it on demand. Number two is broad network access, and this is saying that there are a multitude of different network choices available for users to use. Number three is resource pooling, and this is sharing resources to maximize benefits. So as you see in this image, you have the RAM, the storage, and the CPU are all going into one resource pool. Number four is rapid elasticity, and this is getting what you need at a quick pace. And number five is measured service, which is basically just getting what you pay for. Cloud computing in the business world. It offers many benefits to businesses, and there are typically three types of clouds that businesses will use: private, public, and hybrid clouds. A public cloud is built on an external platform and it is run by a cloud service provider. Public clouds are managed by an outside company, and they're beneficial for companies that want cost-friendly and elastic technology. So some examples of a public cloud are listed in this image, such as Google, Apple, IBM, and Intel. A private cloud, on the other hand, is a service platform built within one's own company, and it's managed by that company's IT team. Private clouds are more costly than public clouds, and this is due to the fact that companies have to create their own data centers, and this can be costly. Now, a mix between a public and a private cloud is known as a hybrid cloud, and hybrid clouds are employing both public and private clouds. The company's IT team organizes some part of the cloud, and the third party manages the rest of it. These are used by all types of organizations, specifically used by companies that are larger than 1,000 employees. So here on this slide, we have the differences between a public cloud and a private cloud. We can see that a public cloud is suited more for less confidential information, where on the other hand, a private cloud is suited for more secure information. Public clouds tend to support multiple customers. On the other hand, a private cloud typically supports just a few dedicated customers. This slide depicts the top ways that businesses are using cloud computing to drive their business transformations in 2014. So as we can see, driving cost efficiencies was the #1 reason that businesses used cloud technology in 2014. There are certain characteristics that make cloud computing what it is. The first of these characteristics is cost. Cost just has the ability to reduce costs and remove capital expenditure. Maintenance means that it's easy to maintain because there are no software updates. And productivity means that productivity should be increased with cloud computing technology. Cloud is not only used in the business world, but it's also used in the real world as well. It's used in everyday life. Now, since there are issues with this technology, and that's because it is a newer technology, the benefits outweigh the issues in this case. So there are potential problems with the cloud, and the first is that this is a new technology, so people need to learn how to use it, which can be a little bit difficult to teach people how to maneuver something they've never learned how to use before. And the second is people are concerned with the security of the cloud. Is it really as secure as we think it is? Moving on to the benefits, cloud computing benefits the healthcare industry due to the fact that it reduces operational costs because of its efficient data storing ways. Um, People in the medical field can share data easily with the other medical professionals, and patients can even have access to their information. Cloud computing also benefits educational institutions, for students can get data such as homework and study materials at any time or place, not just in the classroom, and this will make studying convenient for kids. It also reduces expenses because information such as student enrollment is readily available to administration. The cloud also has an impact on people's social lives, for events can be shared globally in just a matter of seconds. Therefore, news travels fast. Politicians and public figures are even partaking in social media sites to get their message across to the public in a quick way. Cloud computing technology benefits developing countries. Developing countries no longer have to deal with infrastructures, and they can easily access applications that are on the cloud. An example of an infrastructure is a basic organizational structure of a system. An example of how cloud computing technology benefits developing nations is the telecom industry. For the use of smartphones are growing instead of traditional infrastructures. Smartphone usage is growing. That just means that these countries are going to be more with the times. In conclusion, cloud computing allows users to access data from more than one device as long as they have the login information. So, cloud computing technology has its place in society today because there are a plethora of benefits that really do improve people's everyday lives and the lives of businesses.